Hi everyone, how are you all? I hope you all are having a good day. I'm here sitting with nothing too fancy but some lemonade, and let's get started. Today I think we're going to talk about a very interesting topic, 10 years of being an adult and the 10 lessons that I learned from it. So, for the uninitiated and for the people who are facing difficulty in doing maths, I turned 28 recently. So, yeah, 10 years of being an adult in India, and I don't think I'm a very functioning, great, beautiful adult. Obviously, I feel like being a single child, not a very responsible, proactive adult. But still, because going through 5 years of university, staying alone, apart from my parents, and then 4 years of working now, all of that has really shaped me into a person. And most of my adulting has been a lawyer or a law student. So it has taught me a bunch of things, and that's what I want to talk to you about. Again, this is not, the motive of that is not to be preachy and be like pull your socks up or ये सारी चीजें तो आपको as an adult आनी ही चाहिए or anything. But these are the life lessons that I feel like सबको कोई ना कोई किसी ना किसी तरीके से लाइफ सिखाई देती है, और मुझे ये 10 सिखाए हैं. So let's talk about that. Number 1, your time is precious, and it really, like, your quality of life depends on how you invest it and how you spend it. Now, I'm not saying 100% of your hours, 100% of your time needs to go into working, because it shouldn't. That's not how you should live your life. But I think whether it comes to work, or whether it comes to leisure, whether it comes to your travel or your relationships, or the time that you give to your health, time that you give to your entertainment, all of that really matters, the distribution of it. आप बहुत ज़्यादा पूरे टाइम काम भी नहीं कर सकते, आपको अपने को टाइम भी देना ज़रूरी है. Second thing, आप पूरे टाइम लेजर भी नहीं कर सकते, because you need to make balance and make time for other things and other spheres in your life. And at the same time, you need to give time to your relationships, your parents, your friends, your spouse, your children, etc., etc. And I'm not married. Still, I have very few familial responsibilities, and I have some amazing friends who don't really take offense. They are all working, so we all understand each other's time commitments. Still, I feel like I struggle giving time to my relationships, at the same time have fun, at the same time take care of my health, at the same time pay my bills, and at the same time work full time and do this also. So yeah, I definitely have made sure that I have a work-life balance. When I come back home, I made sure to, speak at least a bit to my mother, that I always fail at, but I'm trying. On weekends, I try to meet my friends as often as I can, and maintain that relationship. The friends that are not in the city, I make sure to call them. Whenever somebody messages me, I make sure to respond to them. And I'm a failing adult at all of that. Whether it's YouTube, you guys know that I mess up the schedule all the time, and sometimes I forget to read. Reading is my favorite hobby of all time, but कम से मैं वो भी कभी कभी करना भूल जाती हूँ, क्योंकि बहुत काम है. मैं 10 बजे 11 बजे वापस आई हूँ ऑफिस से, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा. समटाइम्स you're tired. बट अगर रोज भी नहीं कर रहे हैं तो एक ओवरऑल बैलेंस जरूर होना चाहिए चीजों में. आई एम ऑल्सो फीलिंग adult at that, but I try to do that, and I know that your quality of life is a byproduct of how you spend your time. Number 2, money. How to handle money. In 10 सालों में जो मैं as an adult, I have only earned my own money for the past 4 years. I started earning when I was about 24. And it has really shaped me as a human being to have your own money. आपके पास कितना भी allowance हो, pocket money हो, आपके parents कितने भी rich हो, जब तक आपके ऊपर आपका खुद का पैसा नहीं आ जाता है, आपको पैसे से प्यार और लगाव और responsibility नहीं होगी. और there's a really beautiful book, Psychology of Money, and I read this a beautiful line in that, which said, don't save what you could not spend, spend what you could not save, which is great. Basically, your savings, your investments, your future goals come first, and then you spend. And जब आपके पास एकदम से एक मोटी सैलरी आ जाती है, when you have never earned at all, स्पेशली इन इंडिया, हम ये पार्ट टाइम जॉब्स करके थोड़े थोड़े पैसे नहीं कमाते हैं. एकदम से कॉलेज के बाद जॉब लगती है, और इतने सारे पैसे देख के, इफ योर फर्स्ट सैलरी इज हैंडसम, you feel very like, oh my god, मैं सब चीजों में उड़ा दूंगी. आपकी student mentality goes out of the window in 1 second, and you're buying shoes, you're buying clothes, you're buying bags, whatever you're interested in, you're traveling. But you need to think of tomorrow, and you need to make sure that you are safe and sound in other departments. Let's say 1 साल बाद अगर आपको job change करनी है, the career that you get right out of the college is not the career that you might stick for long run. So उन सब चीजों, उन सब इवेंचुअलिटीज के लिए भी आपको बचाना होगा. ये नहीं कि आपने अभी उड़ा दी और 1 साल बाद you back to your mother and father's बैंक फैसिलिटीज की मम्मी पापा अब पैसा दे दो और मुझे 1 साल स्ट्रगल करना है. अगर आपको जैसे ही आपने कमाना स्टार्ट कर दिया उसके बाद आपको स्ट्रगल करना है, यू शुड बी एबल टू फाइनेंस दैट ऑन योर ओन. So very important lessons my life and these 10 years have taught me regarding money. Number 3, health comes first. Obviously I'm faltering at that a lot, but I'm telling you it's the most irreversible thing. अगर आपकी लाइफ में कुछ हो गया health wise, I have a root canal, guys. I have a root canal. I don't know if I didn't take care of my teeth enough or it already had an inherent problem. I'm not sure what happened, but I have a root canal and I can never reverse that. I can never reverse that teeth to go back in healthy shape. If you lose money, you can earn it back. Something happened, किसी मार्क में कम मार्क्स आ गए, you can reverse it and you can still make sure कि आपके बाकी एग्जाम्स में ठीक आए, and you know you can move forward. You can move forward from things, but not health. So definitely, especially now I'm 28, I'm not as young as, I'm young in the general perspective in sense, yes, but you're not as young as 16, 17. Your immunity suffers, your energy suffers, and you need to utilize that immunity and energy in a way कि आप जो भी करना चाहते हो आप कर लो, and at the same time you don't fall sick. I have a knee problem that has persisted since I was 12 years old. I have some skin issues. I have these problems and my hair is going grey. I have always struggled with my weight, especially in my 20s. I have, at least for the past 5 years, I have majorly struggled with my weight. So, ये सारी चीजें में आपका फोकस जरूर होना चाहिए. चाहे आप टीवी नहीं देखो, चाहे आप बुक्स नहीं पढ़ो, पर आपका हेल्थ पे फोकस होना चाहिए. And I'm trying to eat healthier than I used to, and I'm trying to exercise and move a little bit, especially since I turned 28. I'm sort of, in that zone where I'm thinking about my health a lot. So health comes first, guys. Very obvious reason, very obvious lesson, but that's what I've learned in these years. Number 4, it's about people and it's about social life. And that is that you will vibe with some people and you will not vibe with some people, and that is okay. You will thrive in some environments and you will not thrive in some environments, and that's also okay. And it has nothing to do with you and your self-worth. Maybe you're just not a good fit with that group of people. Maybe you're just not a good fit with that particular environment, and that happens. For some people, school life was great, but college life was not. For some people, college life was great, school life was not, etc., etc. And you go through these things, and you're the same person. It's just that maybe you have not found people that gel with you or that bring out the best in you in that particular situation, and you have also not been able to become that person for other people surrounding you. Like for example, and sometimes it takes time to vibe with people, but we need to give that time and space to people around us, and उस चीज को बहुत harshly और बहुत ज़्यादा कहना चाहिए फर्मली लेने की जरूरत नहीं है, उससे बहुत अफेक्ट होने की जरूरत नहीं है, बिकॉज ये सबके साथ होता है. यू आर नॉट सम स्पेशली बैड पर्सन की ये हो रहा है कि आप वाइब नहीं कर पा रहे हो और आपको बिल्कुल उस फ्रेंड्स के ग्रुप में फिट इन होना है. Wait, you're always going to find people that are going to gel with you naturally, and even sometimes हो सकता है थोड़ी टाइम के बाद वही लोग जिनके आप दोस्त बनना चाहते हैं जो आज दोस्त नहीं बन पा रहे थोड़ी देर बाद बन जाए. Example, I live with 3 women in the same flat, and my two of those flatmates, the third one is quite new, but the other 2, it took us couple of months to become friends. We were always cordial and it was always easy living with them, but it took us a couple of months to be like, okay, I can be friends with this person and I can tell them things about my life, etc., without overwhelming them. And now it's amazing. Now I look forward to coming back home to them. I don't live with my parents and they are the family that I come back home to. So होता है. आपको जब मैं उनसे मिली थी तब शायद हमें नहीं लगा था कि हम स्टेज में पहुंच जाएंगे, but it's okay and to give time and space to relationships, or sometimes time or space देने के बाद भी वो नहीं हो पाता, but that's okay. Move on. Not everyone has to like you. Now, number 5, love life. Very important. I'm 28. Obviously, love life is something that is on your mind in your 20s a lot. Otherwise also, but still. Um, like it is a factor of compatibility, it is a factor of respect, it is a factor of luck for the most part of it. And you can't compromise on one aspect in one person and think कि ये aspect बहुत अच्छा है तो कर लो. तो this is my person, and even if I'm not happy in other aspects, let go of it. नहीं. Sometimes people say कि बहुत high standards नहीं रखने चाहिए और बहुत choosy, बहुत picky नहीं होना चाहिए. मुझे ये लगता है. A lot of things are important, but I think the most important components of this is you need to feel happy and safe with that person. You need to have a mutual respect. You need to have compatibility. You need to have chemistry, and you need to have the same kind of sense of timing. You can't have any of these one aspects and feel like अच्छा ठीक है timing नहीं बैठा, maybe it's a wrong time, right person, wrong time. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है. अगर सही person है, they will make sure that the timing works. I can't trust this person. I'm always paranoid whether who they are meeting, where they are going, but still I am, I have a lot of chemistry, I have a lot of compatibility. They want the same things in life as me. Let's go with it. No, if you can't trust them, drop it. If they don't respect your career, your dreams, they don't respect you as the person that you are, and they want to mold you to something else, that's not right. If you guys don't have compatibility in goals and thoughts, that's not right. If you guys don't have chemistry, that's not right. So हर इन सारे 5-6 एस्पेक्ट्स का होना काफी जरूरी है. एंड मे बी बहुत कम लोग होते हैं जिनको राइट आउट ऑफ द बैट ये सारी चीजें मिल जाती हैं. अगर नहीं मिलती हैं, आई एम 28, आई एम नॉट मैरिड, आई एम नॉट इवन क्लोज टू बीइंग मैरिड, बट दैट्स ओके. इट्स sometimes in late 20s you think about marriage a lot, but these 10 years of adulthood has taught me definitely to wait for the right person and to wait for all the things to come together as a combo, and they will come at some point, and that's what I'm also believing. And let's not settle. Okay, so the next one is that jealousy and competition, the sense of competition will not take you anywhere. I used to be extremely insecure, you guys, and not when I was not an adult, even well into the adulthood, I was very insecure about a lot of things. And I feel like my relationships and my friendships, especially with the women around me, were really, really suffered because I was so jealous of them. And I felt insanely competitive around women and men, basically my peers, my contemporaries, and I would feel that why are they better at me at this thing? And I'm, oh my God, wish I was so better. And I would fumble around them, and I would feel so insecure and inferior around them. The outlook should have been very different from the start. The outlook should have been to celebrate those differences and make sure that you go to them and approach them and try to see if they can teach you those things. And sometimes ये आता है stems from the fact that you don't have the confidence कि अगर वो तुम्हें सिखाएंगे भी तो तुम सीख पाओगे, या फिर अगर तुम उनकी हेल्प मांगोगे तो तुम छोटे हो जाओगे. इन सारे बिलीफ सिस्टम्स की वजह से ये होता है. And because of all of that, I feel like I missed out on a lot of friendships and relationships and contacts that could have been very, very beneficial and could have enriched me as a person. So definitely jealousy doesn't take you anywhere. And now when I've taken this outlook of actually being secure in my skin, I'm very secure around even 50 people who are earning more than me, or who are more educated, or who score better than me, etc., know more than me. And I'm very secure because I have got things going on. Focus on yourself. Once you have substance in you and you have belief that you have substance in you, nothing faces you. Next point. Good looks are not everything, not very important, but being presentable is very important. It's important to know how to be clean, how to be hygienic, how to dress well according to the occasion, and how to present yourself in a confident and sleek manner. And I especially learned it in the last 4 years of working. I think it's extremely important for us to understand that it is not one of the two extremes. हमें सिखाया जाता है कि सूरत नहीं सीरत important होती है. But you cannot focus just on looks and still focus healthily on your looks and appearance. It doesn't have to be one or the other. आप inferior मत feel करिए. आप पूरी तरीके से अपना पूरा focus अपने substance की जगह looks पे मत डालिए. But you can still figure out how to dress well, how to purchase clothes that fit well on you, that your clothes are ironed, you don't have body odor, you don't have a bad breath, your hair is fine, set. You're wearing colors and fits and clothes and prints, etc. that are, commiserate to the occasion and the place that you're going to. हमारे यहाँ ये जरूर बोला जाता है कि इसका तो पढ़ाई से दिमाग उतर गया है अगर ये कपड़ों और इन सब चीजों के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, उन पे ध्यान दे रहे हैं. Not necessarily. We have to get out of that mentality. And you can choose to be presentable and still not feel inferior or too much or be too much interested, more than required interested in your looks. I think we can strike that balance, and we should strike that balance. Next one is, we are not inherently good or bad at anything. We often think that this is the case, that we are inherently good and inherently bad at things. और बहुत time तक मैंने अपने आप को hold back करके रखा है because I was also of that belief. But that's not true, guys. For example, I can't paint and color to save my life. I'm very artistically bad. My sense of colors and even my drawing skills is not that good. And I held back myself from a lot of opportunities because मुझे आता ही नहीं था, मुझे सीखना ही नहीं था because मुझे लगता था मुझसे होगा ही नहीं. Now I have a knee problem and I have always suffered athletically because of that. Even before we diagnosed that knee problem, I felt that I couldn't run very fast and I was never really particularly good in any kind of sport. But now I feel like even if my knee problem, let's say, gets cured, I would always be athletically very unsure of me. Because मैंने मन में ये बोल दिया है कि maybe I'm good in academics, maybe I'm good in public speaking, maybe I'm good in writing, maybe I'm good in 4 or 5 of these things, but I'm not good in least 10 or 20 things. Like I have a really bad sense of direction, so I'm very scared of now to learn driving. And I'm not learned driving, I'm 28 because of that. But धीरे धीरे मुझे ये समझ में आ रहा है, and adulting definitely has told me. When, let's say, I started solo tripping alone, when I started this channel, when I started my Instagram, when I started reading as much as I do right now, along with a high demanding corp job, when I pushed myself, I pushed my limits, I understood that, okay, you can do things that you never believed that you would be able to. The fact that I stayed in corp job for 4 years, that I never thought I would when I joined, all of those things really made me believe कि maybe बाकी और 10 चीजें जो तुम्हें लगता है कि तुम नहीं कर सकते, maybe कर सकते. The next point is very important, and this is something that I have taught myself, especially when I'm living on my own. Is that sometimes you feel that you are in a slump, when you can't think, when you can't act, when you can't get out of the bed, and you feel really shitty about yourself. In those cases, the best thing that you can do to yourself is push yourself out. If nothing, take a shower. If nothing, put on clean clothes. If nothing, eat and drink water. And maybe change lights in your room. जो light जल रही है उसको हटाओ, अंधेरा है तो कोई light जलाओ. Maybe you're feeling hot, maybe you're feeling cold, fix that. कुछ नहीं तो उठो, अगर आपके पास बहुत ही कम एनर्जी है कुछ करने के लिए, अपनी बेडशीट चेंज कर दो, अपनी स्टडी टेबल अगर गंदी है तो उसको साफ कर दो. Sometimes doing these things, just getting your body into a positive motion, doing a productive task, making your surroundings clean, getting, cleaning yourself, getting clean and healthy water and food in your body, it really takes you out of the slump. And the 10th and the last point, which is very close to my heart, is adulting me. Sometimes, especially when you're 28, 30, when you sort of reach the last leg of your 20s, you understand and you realize that your parents are getting old. Your parents are always taking care of things, especially being a single child. My parents always took care of things, did not put a lot of familial household responsibilities on me. Now I feel they're still fine and healthy and hale, thank God, but I can see and I know their age and I know that they're getting old, and that's a very rude realization. And you just, the idea of you being the responsible one and you being the caregiver in a few years down the line just scares the crap out of you. And that is a very harsh realization to come to terms with. But that is also a motivating factor that helps me. I'm like, I have to keep my health in check, and I have to earn, and I have to be on my feet, and I have to build my CV, and I have to navigate my life in a way that I can take care of them whenever it's needed. I can be available and responsible whenever it's required. And parents getting old is the realization that helps you also grow up in few seconds. So this is something that I am also dealing with. And when you're 10 years of being an adult, 28, 29, 30, I think everyone faces this. Doesn't matter if you are the only child or you're the youngest sibling or you're the eldest sibling, it will come to you. So yeah, still trying to grapple with it and still trying to move with it. And I feel like since the day I realized that it's happening or it will happen in the due course, I have definitely grown up a lot. So yeah, these are the 10 lessons that life has taught me in the past 10 years, and I'm still grappling with it and failing and getting up and having another shot at it, etc., etc. So yeah, let me know what adulthood has taught you, and has adulthood been kind to you or not, and I'll see you in my next one.